Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another episode. This is episode 33, the House of Moody Vintage podcast, and we're live here in Bangkok, Thailand. And listen, guys, I gotta just right off the bat, huge shout out to, oh my god, okay, is it picking up my sound? Sorry, little technical difficulties there. A huge shout out to the weather in Thailand, specifically here in Bangkok. It is fantastic, and the forecasts have revealed itself. How can the forecast reveal itself? I'm stupid. Listen, I'm just too excited. I'm so really excited to talk about things today on the podcast. Great weather. Okay, the forecast is looking amazing. The weather people. I forgot what they were called. My mind is going blank at the moment, as it usually does around this time. It's a little late. This episode, I'm recording it a little later than usual. I had a long day, workload and all that crap. But so as you could, I might sound a little slow right now. Also, but I'm very excited to talk about, things that have happened. Something that we maybe we're all involved in. Called House of the Dragon. We're going to get to that. But before that, thanks again for joining me here. If you haven't subscribed, on YouTube, please do. And if you follow me on Spotify, of course, and on Apple Podcast, however you consume your podcast feed, however you want to digest it or digest through whatever platform, Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So thank you for following me on those things and showing your support. I appreciate it. So back to the weather. The weather is fucking amazing. The forecasts show that forecast reveal or show and reports that it's going to get colder. It's going to get colder, and I'm fucking excited for that. Okay, nearing the end of the month is going to be probably the coldest it's been in a while, and that's for Bangkok. That's not like of course, if you go north of Thailand, or really almost in like north of any country, really. Well, not any country, but you know what I'm trying to say. The more north you go, it gets colder, right? The higher altitude and so on and so on. But this is Bangkok, so very excited. It feels like winter. It feels a little bit like winter, or at least autumn, right? Autumn in some places, it's kind of like autumn. So shout out to Bangkok, okay? Shout out to this beautiful, beautiful city. I love the city so much. Man, I just can't see myself anywhere else. I got to be honest with you. I mean, I have a retirement plan, or retirement location, I should say, which I can't really reveal. I won't reveal. I don't know. I don't believe in like superstitions and stuff like that. But I don't want to be like knocking on wood and be like, oh, jinx. I jinxed it. Now I can't retire there, son of a bitch. But yeah, looking forward to that in about 30 years. Oh my God. 30 years or 20 years? Oh my God, I probably have like 20 years left until I retire. What the fuck? Sorry, I'm getting old. Things you think about when you get old. I haven't been married yet. Other people, very important people, are either getting engaged, people I know very close to me, or, good friends or whatever, they're getting engaged or getting married. Shout out to them. I'm not going to out you because, you want to keep shit on a low. It's a private matter. But know that got a lot of love and positive thoughts. And hope it works out, man. I mean, it's been a while. I know three people, actually. I say three because I know the couple. And then the other person who's a very close person in my life, she just got engaged. She's going to get married this month, I think, later this month. And a couple of other friends that I know, they've already made it official. Basically, I think, or is it an engagement? I don't know. It's basically official. Anyways, both of these parties here, it's been a very long time, and they're finally calling it. They're finally calling it. They're finally laying down the pen to the paper, the contract, and make it legal. Under the house of God, of course, or as well as the government. They need to know that you made it official. So congratulations to them. My ass still single. I was kind of consoled by my friend who's engaged right now and getting married. And she's like, you know what, Moody, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's when you least expect it. It could be a blast from the past. You never know. Or maybe someone in the future you haven't met yet. And I'm like, yeah, okay, dude. Like, I get it. All right, fine. You don't have to rub it in like that, dude. It's easy for you to say because you're getting engaged and getting married. All right, bro? Damn it. No, I love her to death. It means the world to me. And so I'm very, very happy for her. For getting married. I remember in my 20s, my early 20s, mid 20s, I had friends who I went to high school with having babies and shit and getting married, and I think everyone goes through that. You usually know a certain amount of people that you have probably spent your, young adulthood or maybe teenage years with, or even your whole life with. I know I have friends that I've known since the first grade, and they're married, right? Some of them have kids. So, yeah, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. And it's not something I want to tell my dad because, homeboy's always like, yo, man, so, like, what's up? You dating or what? Like, he's not like, my dad's not too forward about it. But you know how, like, old school Desi parents are. They'll, like, skirt around the issue. Like, they're, running around the bush, not completely direct with you. What they're saying is something along the lines of, like, so, yeah, so what about that one friend of yours? She got married, right? She's married? Oh, okay, that's good. The other one has a boyfriend, you said, yeah? Yeah, okay, right. Yeah. So what's going on with you? Like, what's happening with you lately? What are you doing? Nothing, Dad. I'm just working, keeping my head down and just saving up and, just getting ready for whatever comes next, dude, So, okay, that's good. Okay, yeah. Hey, listen, don't worry. Don't worry. It's, I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna pray for you. And what he really wanted to say is, so what's up? Like, you 37, you ain't dating nobody? Like, look, man, at this point, I don't even care if she's Muslim or not. I don't care if she's Muslim. Just do something. Like, go on a date or something, dude. Like, you're 37 years old. Like, what the fuck's going on with you? And to my dad, it's a little weird because, when he got married, he was 18. Yeah. He's old school like that. So older generations, they find it, they live a different life. But, fortunately, they understand. And where we are, our generation is, as a xennial, I'm a xennial, for those who know what a xennial is basically in between the transition years, transition period between Generation X and millennials. So, we Gen Y. And so, yeah, I'm a xennial. So, people before us, to them, it's kind of weird that you're, fucking 37. You still, you ain't got kids yet. You know what I mean? But anyways, we're not gonna get into that. This is not a fucking therapy session for me, okay? God damn it. I'm just telling y'all what's up. Anyway, so good things coming up. Anyways, good things coming up this week. So far this week has been okay. A good weekend, a fun weekend. I'm not gonna lie, I had a really good weekend. My friend is over. She's staying with me. Not right now. She's actually out there reluctantly enjoying herself at some club or something. At some, one of her friend's birthday party. So hope she's having fun. Well, she's not actually having fun. She just messaged me. She's like, dude, I can't, man. I need to listen. I'm gonna give it an hour. If I don't like it, I'm fucking coming home. So I'm basically, I'm hosting her. Haven't seen her in a while, but yeah, I hope she's having fun. So it's gonna be quite an interesting month. We're in the second half of October. Already crazy things be happening. And I, it's I'm in a weird like cruise control kind of zone. When cars used to have, I don't know, cars don't have cruise control anymore, do they have cruise control, right? People don't even use it anymore. I don't know. Anyways, so the cruise control feature in your cars not in your fancy smart cars, but the old school ones. That's what I feel like I am in right now. I'm in cruise control in this weird tunnel vision kind of focus. I don't know what to make of it really. I'm kind of like a sort of like a zombie, just going on about. This doesn't sound healthy, but but when I do get the chance to hang out with my friends, all I want to do is just like sometimes I just zone out, sit there, and just listen to people talk. I don't know. I just find it's like a weird comfort now, and yeah, sure, I went to the club over the weekend, but that's not the point. The point is that I still would rather hang with the same people I go to the club with, over a bottle of red. You know what I mean? Like that's just more my vibe now. It's my energy right now. Even though I'm very, very, very capable of partying at the club until the club closes at 3 a.m. and then going off to a friend's house for an after party get together, or just an after club get together. No, those moments are really fun. I cherish those moments. I really do, with my friends, especially, because I love them to death. But I'm still in cruise control. I don't know what the fuck's going on with me. Work wise, I'm fine. All that stuff. There's transitional stages are coming up right around the fucking corner. So maybe that's I don't know. I'm not really freaking out. It's more like I am worried. I'm not stressed, but I'm worried. Like, what's going to happen next, I don't stress about it. I don't have I'm not anxiety ridden and all that stuff, but it's still something that you worry about. Just as a human being. Doesn't matter how old you are or whatever, but just as a human being, there are certain things you worry about in life because it's the unexpected or it's the uncertainty of things. And I'm trying to overcome that by remaining positive, my usual self, and then believing that, it'll go through. Like things will come as they may. And then you just, whatever card you're dealt with, you just take it and move the fuck on with it. You know what I mean? Anyways, guys, those are my just ramblings of the episode. We're gonna dive right into let's do it. It's the title of the episode. The thing is, I usually don't really think about the title of the episode until like much later when I'm editing the podcast and all that stuff, and then I think of the title, which I think is more appropriate. But this one, I had it before it even started. Okay, so this episode is another shout out. The first shout out was to Bangkok. Here's another shout out. Another shout out to Miss Princess Rhaenys Targaryen. What, my dude? What? What are you talking about, bro? I am naming my daughter Rhaenys. I don't know what my dad will have to say about that because he's like, dude, you ain't even fucking dating anybody. What the fuck you thinking about having a kid, dumbass? But yo, this episode, The House of the Dragon, it's the penultimate episode. It may not have been as tense as the previous episodes, but House of the Dragon, episode 9 here, which is it's called the Green Council. I think the last episode is called the Black Council, and you'll see why, obviously, and people who've already seen it, you've seen it, but I'm not getting into not into like too many details, like spoiler details, but I will try to skirt around it as much as I can because I know not everybody's seen the episode, even though it was literally a couple of days ago. If you haven't seen it, what the fuck are you doing? Anyways, which was actually, this episode was really fun to watch because I was watching it with my friend who's visiting me, my friend that I'm hosting. We got to watch it together. It was really fun watching Game of Thrones because usually not always the case, but if it's a movie or if I'm at the theaters or I'm at home and watching a movie or a TV show, it's by myself, and I love that, and because I've grown accustomed to that because that has been me all my life basically. I virtually grew up alone, even though I have so many close friends and things like that. It's maybe one of the reasons why I have close friends, because growing up alone, you really get to learn how to do things on your own. Period. Being independent has never been an issue for me, so I know how to be independent. So, and of course, enjoying your company, loving your company, which I adore myself. So I'm good there. Probably another reason why I'm single. No, so back to the House of Dragon. So what a fantastic episode we see. And like I said, I started with Princess Rhaenyra, which Rhaenyra and Daemon were not in this episode for clear, obvious reasons. They'll be showing up in the last episode next week. Eva Best, the actress who plays Princess Rhaenys Targaryen, I thought this was her episode. She stole the show. This was her episode for so many reasons. You know what I'm talking about. The dragon at the end coming out. They're at the Red Keep, and it's the coronation of the new king. Aegon, and she pops up. With her dragon. I forgot what the dragon's name was. I apologize. It's ooh, come on. Right on the tip of my tongue. I forgot what dragon it was. Anyway, so she escapes basically her imprisonment at King's Landing. Goes into the Red Keep and gets her dragon. Fucking explodes out of the goddamn floor. By the way, I don't know if y'all noticed, she killed a lot of innocent ass civilians in the Red Keep with that dragon. Okay, and everyone, of course, that tense moment when she's on her dragon and she's staring down, Alicent and her family and Aegon and all them, and everyone is just like, just say it, say that magic word, Dracarys, yeah, Dracarys, and she didn't for obvious reasons. She didn't have a reason to do it, to be honest. There's a lot of reasons. I mean, hell, a lot of those people are her family members, and also she never was a part of the plan. Alicent tried to sway her to get on her side, but of course Rhaenys is like, what the fuck? Nah, hell no, y'all shady, fuck that shit. And I love the way she told Alicent, like, you think you have power? Like, no, you are just simply following what your father is saying or what the your council is saying or whatever. These men still control you. And, which was a nice little swift kick in the ass for Alicent, because she kind of put her foot down when she was talking to her father, right? She was like, nah, bro, no, I'm going to do shit my way. This is my son. And, Viserys, before he died, said that he wanted Aegon to take the throne, which, of course, is not the truth. But she obviously misheard, as we all know. And I loved Alicent in this episode, because there was a lot of, like, conflict and dilemma. She's like, you know what, God damn it, I just reconciled with Rhaenyra, and now you guys pull this bullshit off, and without me knowing, basically, you were trying to usurp the throne for your own little agendas. Game of Thrones, that's what it is. So and Rhaenys basically put her on blast for that, and rightfully so. Like, you stupid, like, hello, you want to do something about it, actually do something about it. Anyways, so it's very clear that Princess Rhaenys is definitely Team Black on this one. If you have seen the next episode's trailer, you can tell, she goes back to not Driftmark, to Dragonstone, back to Dragonstone, tell them what's up. The war's about to fucking begin. It's about to start. So, looking forward to that final episode of the season. I'm going to have my wine ready. My friend and I are going to have our wine ready and watching the final episode of Game of Thrones. Sorry, not Game of Thrones, sorry. House of the Dragon. We're so used to saying Game of Thrones. House of the Dragon, final episode, season finale. And, yeah, man, what a way. Anyways, so the other highlight was, which obviously a lot of people are laughing about it, making fun out of it, is, and no, it's not Kanye West saying crazy ass shit as usual. People, he's mentally ill, okay? He's mentally ill. He needs help. That's a whole different conversation there, a whole different topic. Back to the House of the Dragon. So, the whole foot fetish thing with Larys. I found that it's a little perplexing to me. Not the fact that he has a foot fetish, but the fact that Alicent is actually subjecting herself to that. Because that whole situation is demeaning as fuck, dude. Homeboy shamelessly jerking off in front of the queen just by looking at the queen's feet, because he has a foot fetish, because he's a limp, right? He's handicapped, his feet aren't the greatest, but he's a fucking sleazeball. He's an absolute sleazeball. Please don't see, people are comparing him to Littlefinger, but even Littlefinger wasn't like, he wasn't so cruel. Was he sleazy? Yeah, he was sleazy. Yeah, he was just but he was a mastermind in doing things, under the table, shady ass things. But he wasn't. I don't think he was cruel. I don't think he was to the point where this motherfucker was kind of reckless. You know what I mean? Like he don't. It's kind of sociopathic, kind of. I don't know what it is, but yeah, he just just jerking off, bro. Just jerking off. If you're watching on YouTube, I just did the jerk off motion. I don't know why I did that. Wow, someone's gonna probably just take a clip of that now and and of course I just put that in somebody's head. I'm sorry. Moving on. So yeah, that was just I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, I understand you're trying to extract information from Larry's because he's going. I'm gonna call him Larry from now on, okay? Because he looked like a motherfucking Larry. You nasty Larry. See, I thought Damon was nasty, but you nasty Larry. There was a really funny joke, a really funny comment actually on one of the after shows for House of the Dragon. Someone said that, oh, okay, so y'all cool with, being cool with Damon fucking his niece, making kids with his niece and all this other shit. And then of course, Amon, not Damon. Not Edmund, Aemon, Aegon. Sorry, Aegon. There you go, Aegon Targaryen. So he, these names, bro. This family tree is fucking wild. Aemon, of course, who's I've said Aemon again. Aegon, of course. He's jerking off out of the windowsill. Assaulting and raping women. Like no one bats an eye. Like, oh, that's cool. That's who he is. He's just He's just a little, disturbed. But when homeboy's jerking off, looking at the queen's feet, y'all got a problem. Now y'all got a problem over a fucking foot fetish. It's weird. I think personally because we've never seen that on a show like this, or just in general, we don't really see that stuff. We're used to the murder. We're used to the backstabbing. We're used to the politics. But not some creepo who has a foot fetish shamelessly jerking off in front of his queen. I'm not shaming anybody's kink, so it's just does what he likes. But dude, like jerking off in front of the queen, my guy, you jerking off in front of the queen, my guy. That's nasty. Don't do that. That's okay. I get it. You got a feet fetish, but. And you gave her why can't you just capture her feet or her legs or whatever, her feet, it was her feet, and then just, save it up here, all right? This hard drive that we have, it's called the human mind. Save it there and then go back to your chambers and jerk off there. No, you don't want to do that. You want to do it live. Anyways, Allison, I don't know. That kind of docks some points for Allison because that's kind of in a no. Is that consent? That is consent because that's an even exchange, right? So really, we really can't argue with that. It was an even exchange. Come on, Allison, you better than that. What the fuck? Nasty fucking shit. Letting this grown ass dude, this limp ass dude, jerk off, looking at your feet. Ugh. Just because you want some information or accidentally have someone killed. Anyways, talking about accidentally killing and all that stuff. Well, there was no accidentally killing in this next television show, which of course is The Rings of Power in Middle-earth. We saw finally the reveal of Sauron. It was Harbrand. Oh my god, spoilers. Sorry. He was one of the people that people. One of his characters, I should say, that watchers of the show kind of assumed. He's one of the nominees, I guess. This sort of one of the witnesses, suspects. There you go. God, I can't even think anymore. It's too late. He was one of the suspects of being Sauron, and he did it. And I think they did it very well in that sense. I think they did it really good. And just the frustrating part is that overall, Rings of Power was a good first season. I enjoyed it. Not as good as House of the Dragon, obviously. House of the Dragon just blew out the competition. Although, well, Andor is still going on. So I think Andor and House of the Dragon definitely more superior, in my opinion, when it comes to just the overall execution, not just the production value, but the writing and directing and all that stuff that goes into that goes into filmmaking. So yeah, Andor, of course. We'll be watching that episode tonight. Actually, tonight? No, tomorrow. Sorry, tomorrow. I'm also excited to. Wait. I jumped. I skipped ahead there. I apologize. So, The Rings of Power. The unfortunate thing is $58 million an episode. Man, it's insane. You would just expect a little bit more from a show that is spending $58 million now. $58 million an episode, but now season 2 could be better. Season 2 could be better. And that is, there is obviously going to be a season 2, but we're not going to get that until 2024. So, just take a long ass nap there, okay? This is a very expensive production, so obviously it's going to take a while. And it's, eight episodes, I think it was? 8 episodes, yes. So you're watching a fucking 8-hour movie, so think about it. It's hard, man. It's very difficult to pull off something as good as, or House of the Dragon. But, they already have they've been doing the television format for a while, so HBO knows their shit. Amazon in the hand and people behind it, the showrunners of Rings of Power, it's gonna take a bit. First season's done. It was a good solid season, entertaining. I liked it, but it could have been better, right? It could have been better. It could have been great, But we all have that, the subconsciously comparing it to the trilogy, so it becomes difficult. Anyways, what else? The Northman. I finally got to watch The Northman. What a dope ass show, movie. Sorry, watching too many shows. Dope ass movie. It's of course the inspiration to Hamlet. Shakespeare. Hamlet. True life story of a Viking, of a Northman. In Norway, yeah. So great film, man. It was just like watching a theater play, and it was awesome. I highly recommend it. I think it's definitely in my top 3 movies so far. And tomorrow, very excited again, going with my friend. Of course, the IMAX way. It's the only way to experience films in the theater. In IMAX, I'm super duper uber excited to watch Black Adam. Watching The Rock, and of course the rumor is Henry Cavill coming back as Superman at the end credits. We don't know how much, how many seconds is going to be the end credits, but I think he's worth just going to see Henry Cavill as Superman again. I'm excited, but I know it's going to be an entertaining movie because, it's The Rock, of course. It's Black Adam, something new we haven't seen in live action. So, very excited. And I want to see how they, mix in a lot of the lore and a lot of the other DC characters, or characteristics, I should say, in this film. I think it's is it a 2-hour movie? I'm not sure. I think the runtime is 2 hours or something like that. Anyways, so yeah, I'm just excited to watch it in IMAX. The whole experience. Looking forward to that. And yeah, that pretty much wraps it up, guys. That's tomorrow. Excuse me. Oh god, just did a hiccup. Apologies. I need some water. So I will be watching that tomorrow, and of course, have my feedback on it maybe soon after on the usual Instagram. You follow me on Instagram and on Twitter or whatever, Facebook. It's all Moody Vintage, and of course probably do a little review next week on the House of Moody Vintage podcast. That's gonna wrap it up here, guys. Thank you so much for joining in here. A shorter episode this time around. I feel like I talked a lot. I think so. Yeah, I felt I talked a lot, I talked a lot, really a lot. And I'm definitely naming my daughter 100%. I am naming my firstborn daughter Rhaenys. Rhaenys. Would it sound weird with just Rhaenys? What about Princess? No, oh my god, that's so cliche and gross. But I can call her Princess Rhaenys. I can call her Princess Rhaenys when she's at home, right? We can do that, right? The family can call her Princess Rhaenys at home, or sometimes we'll be like, "Hey, Rhaenys Targaryen." I'm gonna name her Rhaenys Targaryen because she's a fucking badass and just awesome. Okay, she knows what's up, and she was the queen that never was. Right? But, in my household, she's going to be a princess and then a queen when she gets older. So huge shout out to Eve Best. Eve Best or Eva Best? Sorry, I keep it's a little brain fart at the end of the episode here. And Eve Best, yes. Shout out to Eve Best. I thought she stole the show this time around. Fantastic. And I hope we get to see more of that next week. And I hope you get to see me next week here on the YouTubes, on the Spotifys, on the Apple Podcast. Thank you for listening in. Another episode for House of Moody Vintage. I love this podcast. And I love you guys for listening. Thank you. Until next time, please take care of yourselves. Treat each other well and kind. Just don't let them, walk over you, because even, your tolerance level is getting lower and lower as you get older. So, just mind your business. Just mind your business. And peace, positivity, and love as usual. Treat yourselves and take care of yourselves. Until next time, I'm out of here. Peace.